Okay, so let's talk about the gut for a second, because the gut is so important when it comes to these erection biochemicals, especially when it comes to testosterone. So, why is the gut so important? Because, first of all, this is where you take in the nutrients needed and hopefully get absorbed. They should be absorbed in order to create these erection biochemicals. You have to have the right nutrients in your body to create them in the first place. So the gut's really important in that sense. But it's also really important because if it's inflamed, which is what it's showing here, okay, it creates all kinds of havoc, leaky gut in particular. So let's talk about that for a second. What we're looking at here, this is important because when I come back to the blood vessels, assuming I have time, this is called the endothelium, okay, because your blood vessels have the same thing. And when this endothelium is irritated in your gut, it tends to get irritated in your blood vessels. So that's going to make much more sense here in a second on why that's important. But let's look at how it's important to the gut first. When this endothelium is inflamed, which is this is showing, I saw it's not spelled right, but inflammation, right? So it's what happens is these junctions that should be there in your endothelium get broken apart, and it puts gaps in between. And that allows nasty stuff to get through, like, for instance, bad bacteria, viruses, even food particles can go through here and get into your bloodstream, okay? And that is an issue because when that gets into your bloodstream, you got leaky gut, it activates your immune system, okay? And whenever your immune system gets activated to a significant extent, your reproductive system gets deprioritized. Okay, your body's not looking to give you erections, it's looking to make you better. Because think about it this way. Your body's first priority is to keep you alive. Nothing else works unless you're alive, right? So that's number one. So you start to get your immune system jacked up, and your body's like, well, he's in trouble, right? Reproductive comes down. Reproduction priority comes way down in the body. So it becomes more difficult to get erections. It becomes more difficult to have a high sex drive, right? And actually plays into premature ejaculation, because if you do get a chance to copulate, your body's like, well, let's get this done because we got to get rid of whatever's in the bloodstream that's could potentially mess us up. But the good news is second in line is reproduction. That's second. So your body's second priority is to procreate, to pass your genes on. So the good news is if you aren't activating your immune system all the time, then your reproductive system gets prioritized, which is what we want, right? So when this comes in, it like I said, activates the immune system. And what's been shown is that when that happens, also testosterone comes way down. That's why I'm saying this is so important for testosterone. Also, what you eat becomes really important. Are you supporting testosterone, or are you really jacking up cortisol or estrogen or prolactin, the things you don't want in excess? Okay, that's the gut is a huge part of this. All right, because that's one of the biggest mistakes I see guys make is, once again, they're doing all this kind of stuff. Maybe they're using the Phoenix, or they're doing jelqing, or maybe they're doing Kegels, right? And they don't see themselves getting any improvement. Well, they're not addressing the ecosystem. Certainly, the big part that they tend to miss is the gut, right? If the gut's not in control, not at least good enough, you're going to have libido and erection issues. All right. Super, super important. Okay, let's get into, I just talked about how that endothelium is so important for the blood vessels.
Hey man, I hope you got a ton out of this segment of the EBAI Erection Biochemicals Alpha Inhibitor video series, where we are diving deep into overcoming this insidious alpha inhibitor that is blocking our birthright of having natural, long-lasting, stage 4, rock-hard erections. If you'd like to get free access to the entire EBAI Erection Biochemicals Alpha Inhibitor video series, Make sure you click the link in the description of this video to register for free access to all of these life-changing videos in this series, along with some other surprise bonuses. Also, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and turn on the notifications bell so you get all of the future value-packed videos just like this that I will be releasing for you to help you be the best version of yourself and have natural, stage 4, rock-solid performance. I will see you tomorrow in the next EBAI Erection Biochemicals Alpha Inhibitor video.